and welcome to another episode of Curator, the home of creatives, in collaboration with Art Meets Fashion, Gauteng Fashion Week, and DSTV Delicious Festival. I am so excited to introduce the brains behind the amazing band Ezokhetho. I'm actually wearing her clothes right now. Please, my lady, please introduce yourself to our curators.
My name is Mpumelelo Dhlamini, and I'm the creative director and the founder of the brand Ezokhetho. Born and bred in Joburg, and started the brand about 6 years ago after interning with, actually after graduating from fashion with my BA fashion degree.
Oh, nice.
Wanted to come up with a storytelling brand that tells stories using fabric as a medium and sort of archiving our stories in cloth. And we've been able to achieve that via different collections, storytelling. You'll see there's chicken feet, full cream body suits that mimic the inkomazi that we grew up with in our homes. So it's basically a storytelling brand.
Storytelling.
Yes.
I see you get a lot of your inspiration from purely South African, well, how can I say, culture?
Yes.
Yeah, what, can you just enlighten us in terms of what exactly inspires you as an artist?
So when I studied fashion, I noticed that a lot of the fashion that we have locally and globally was purely based on Western traditions and cultures. And as someone who wanted to sort of do fashion, I wanted to tell our stories as well, hence the name Ezokhetho. I wanted to bring it back home to say that we also want to document our own stories and wear our own stories because we are our own walking billboards.
Oh, yes. I love that.
Gauteng Fashion Week is a prestigious fashion and creatives platform that is a supporter of local fashion designers and creatives where passion finds community. Follow Gauteng Fashion Week on all social media platforms to learn more.
So if you can just tell us about your upbringing in terms of, how you grew up. Was that an inspiration? Did that influence you to become an artist? How did you decide at a young age that this is what I want to do?
I've always been a creative, so I grew up around women mostly, my mom, my aunts, and it would be either cooking, good fashion sense. I grew up loving spy movies, and you'd find that they have these coordinated outfits.
Yeah.
And when watching movies, I would always see that clothing actually is a form of storytelling. You're first introduced by what you're wearing before you speak. So that's the inspiration behind the brand itself. And after high school, I wanted to do something creative, and it so happened that fashion at that time was starting out and taking over, and I decided to branch into that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've always kind of followed the industry in general.
Yes.
Okay, from when you were younger, dressing up with
Magazine
your,
covers, dressing up, Barbies, all of that
Okay.
played a part.
So let's say I wanted to become a designer like yourself.
Yes.
What advice would you give me in terms of how I can break out into the industry?
There's many ways. I think now, especially at this day and age, social media is a good platform to start out in. When we started, social media was getting there, but not there yet. You had to know someone who knows someone. You had to go via, as an intern, different. I still advise that, but I feel like now you are able to expose yourself via social media. Approach people that are already there, work with them, intern for them. Build a network. Whenever you're in a room full of people, make sure that they know who you are. And I feel like that's important. That's a good way to start.
So networking, making sure you're with the right people in the industry to get yourself started.
Get yourself started. Learn the skills from the internet. We've got access to TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and you see tutorials. You can pick up A, B, C, and D and just create.
Art Meets Fashion is a platform that allows you as a creative to have a voice and a platform to articulate your stories and showcase your creative expression. Follow at Art Meets Fashion SA on all social media platforms for more.
from there.
So that's more of the marketing and getting hyped up. Give us about the business, because you run a shop of your own, don't you?
Yes, I've got my studio.
Fabulous. So yes, that's what I think the curators would want to know. How do I become a designer in that space, to have my own studio? What are some of the challenges maybe that you maybe can tell them that they'll go through, and how you can excel and succeed like you have?
So for me, how it happened is that after graduating, I entered a competition called 21 Steps at the time. 21 Steps to Retail. So it was curated by Edcon when Edcon was still around. And we did a 3-month course that taught us how to sort of branch into the retail space, the commercial space. And then we did like an internship for the company for 12 to 18 months. And from then on, I didn't essentially win the competition, but I knew that by networking with the people that were there and making sure that I find a mentor, which is also an important element, that's when I began to learn and absorb. I think more than anything, just learn, open yourself up to learning and absorbing. And there's different ways of starting out, but if something that you really want to do, start by making one garment, sell it, get the money, do 2, and expand from there.
They always says it's best just to start. Don't
Just to
overthink
start.
it. Yes, and obviously your skill is something that you obviously went to school for it, but you could
Yes.
feel it in your soul that this is exactly what you wanted to do. Tell me, can you just talk me through this piece? Because you did mention chicken feet, and then I'm thinking, where are they? And I'm just like, my goodness, for real.
Yes. So for
This
this
garment.
collection,
Yes.
it was 2023.
Okay.
And I wanted something with a bit of humor, but that still talks back to South Africa. Like Amautwana,
Yes.
chicken feet, walkie-talkie, like in different languages we call them differently, but it's just one thing. And I collaborated with an artist, his name is Alexander. We actually made his wedding suit about 4 months ago.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to do that for the collection and have something with humor but still elegant. And then we sort of incorporated with polka dots. I love to work with a lot of color, feel like something uplifting as well.
The DSTV Delicious International Food and Music Festival is a celebration of food, music, art, and fashion, boldly showcasing Africa's rich culture and people. Follow DSTV Delicious Festival on all social media platforms for more.
Okay, so
Yeah.
just let our curators know if they wanted to get a hands on one of your pieces, how can they find you?
They can find us on Instagram, Ezokhetho, TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter now called X, and our ezokhetho.com,
Okay.
our website.
There we go. And your shop?
Victoria Yachts, Johannesburg. We're also available at Africa Rise, and we're also available online.
Perfect. Thank you so much for speaking with us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh my gosh. Her garments, honestly, if you can actually get yourself to watch the DSTV fashion show that we actually did here today, you will really see her garments in terms of how they really do stand out. It is really incredible.
Thank
know
you so
what?
much.
Well done. Congratulations.
Thank you.
know,
I
so we're
appreciate
hoping we can
it.
see you next year again.
Yes, fingers crossed.
All right, wonderful. So thank you guys for joining us now. As you heard, it's Ezokhetho. Grab your hands on it while it's still hot, and we will see you next year. Until the next one, guys.